Chelsea spent around £200 million on new signings. They've told Trevor Chalobah and Romelu Lukaku they can't use first-team facilities of anyone once in pre-season. It looks an absolute shambles, Ali. I'm just going to put a tiny positive spin on it. If you look at their squad, they have
great players.
Cole Palmer, Raheem Sterling,
Yeah.
Enzo Fernandez, Mark Cucurella had an excellent Euros, Reece James, Ben Chilwell, Moses Caicedo, Kieran Dewsbury Hall, Neto, Colwell, Gusto, and maybe Conor Gallagher as well. They have good players.
Very good players. And a couple you've mentioned there in particular, you just want them fit. You know, James and Chilwell, top class, you know, fullbacks and would strengthen any team in the league. And there's a question here: am I excited at all for the new season with Chelsea? I wouldn't say I'm excited. I'm intrigued. Would be how I described it, Jeff. I mean, it's going to be really, really interesting to see what happens at Chelsea, because you got to say from the outside at this particular time, from the outside looking in, you know, they look all over the place. You know, new manager come in. The question mark there immediately. The last manager looked as though he kind of turned things around, keep going on about it, but I think he'd won 6 out of 7. You think should have won the semi-final against Manchester City, or could have and should have won it. And you think to yourself, well, there's a little bit of positivity towards the end of the season. Cole Palmer, absolutely what a story that was last year. And then it just seems a bit of a shambles again. You know, you're getting rid of one of your own, the vice captain Conor Gallagher, who a lot of the Chelsea fans relate to and see as one of their own. So that's a blow right away. And then all of a sudden he's over there in Madrid since Friday, and rumours are he's now getting asked to come back. It's not good reading. It's just it's kind of all over the place.
No, it's very messy indeed, isn't it? Look, joining us for more on this is an FA Cup winner with the club in 2000. Good morning, Mario Melchiot. Morning, Mario.
Mario, how are you?
Good morning, guys.
So, Mario, are you worried about what the season might hold for Chelsea?
Yeah, because, I mean, what you guys highlighted, you know, the new guys who are coming in, and, of course, the guys that they had already. I think, you know, look, what Chelsea's going through, we've been talking about it for some time, and we were looking for stability. And I think the way they bring in people in and letting those, you know, like the core of the team, let's say, like every team has an identity. But when you then take away the academy guys, those are the guys that actually have to bring the core of the team and making people understand and help the ones that are coming in and making understand the culture of the club. But they're kind of pulling that out. And I think that is one of the questions. That's one of the things that really settled me when I came to Chelsea, because I had the likes of, you know, the English culture that really explained to me what was expected from me. And now I feel like some of the young boys are gone, and that question will be a big question mark for a lot of them coming in and who are already there now.
Mario, Jeff spoke about it, and he's quite right to mention it. I mean, it's not all doom and gloom, because when you look at the Chelsea squad, there is some terrific talent in there, namely the two I mentioned, who have, from Chelsea's point of view and their own point of view, they've got to attempt to get fit and stay fit. That'd be Reece James and Ben Chilwell.
Yeah, no, definitely. Okay, Reece got injured recently again. And you know what the sad part is, of course, because he's a very important player for that team. Why? Because I think, you know, the way he plays, his confidence, you understand, and the way he implements himself in the game, he is a player that people can count on. If you're part of a team, you want a guy like that. I feel like, you know, it's a perfect player that you can look at and say, like, hey, if something needs to happen, he will make it happen. But if he's always out, that is the question mark that you have, in the sense of, like, you know, we need him. At the moment, Chelsea really needs a player like Reece James, but for him to be out all the time, it's going to be very difficult. And even regardless of, because don't get me wrong, Gusa had a great season last season, so it's not like he is going out and the replacement is going to be someone that you could dig out and say, like, he might not perform, but still, you want your captain to be part of the journey from the start.
There's also an area, Mario, that I've got to be honest, I was disappointed last year in the two lads in the middle of the park, Caicedo and Fernandez. There's surely got to be more from them next season.
Yeah, no, definitely. And also that's why this is one of the questions I had. We're letting Gallagher go, and there were moments in games were going by where Chelsea maybe didn't play the game that we expect them to play, to keep the ball and play around, but you needed character. And it is the one player that gave them character and make them understand what the tempo was all about, was Gallagher at that point. Now they let him go, for whatever reason, because he doesn't fit the project, and the way things are going, and of course the story that we're hearing that it maybe collapse and it's going and whatever, it's going back and forward. But one of the key things was those two guys are new guys, and they needed someone to guide them and make them understand, and sometimes also take the lead. And now that's not there anymore. It's a lot of building and expectations, because they have great talents, but there's a lot of talents that we expect to be good. And sometimes there could be a big problem, because sometimes you're going to wait for people to be good at the start.
I mean, you talk about expectations, Mario. Cole Palmer came in last season, was absolutely brilliant for his club, had a really good Euros as well. There's going to be a heavy weight of expectation on him this season.
He's a great talent. We both saw, like last season was a joy to watch. I think it was not only it was also he was playing a game. Sometimes you have players that play against the new thing that happened to them when they move clubs. You sometimes get that phase in the sense of like maybe a little angry, maybe a little bit disappointed, and he had none of that. He had freedom. And he had the feeling of, I want to expose myself, in the sense of like, I want to prove you guys how good I am. And I think that was his key thing. I think this season will be different for him. Why? Because we expect it, and people also expect to face him, that he's going to play like that. So they're going to try to stop him. And that is the moment where Chelsea needs more than just one player to play well. They need more players to step up and try to produce the quality that he did last season.
Just a quick one, Mario. What about Nicholas Jackson this season? What hopes you have for him?
Yeah, that is, now look, for Nicholas, the biggest question was last season, you don't get so many opportunities all the time. And sometimes you got to take your chances. Now they're talking again, what is Osimhen going to come? What are they going to do? Because they want more than just one striker, and I think they have to bring in the competition, because you want Jackson to face a competition. So the best and the most scoring player will play the game. And I think that is one of the things. Healthy competition is never a bad thing. Look at City, how many competitions they have in the team, and they keep on building. So why would you not look at the best and try to make you understand what needs to be happening?
Mario, lovely to talk to you. Thanks for joining us.
Take care, Mario. All the best.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Cheers now.
Rob has texted, club decides to sell player. Why is that disgraceful? Fans crack me up. Gallagher is no world beater. Interesting point of view.
It's not disgraceful, is it? I mean, it's not disgraceful. No. It splits opinion. That's what it does.
You just think the way he's been stranded out. He's almost been like a make weight. Yeah. This is an England international, and a fella who was captaining Chelsea last season as well. I think those are probably the issues.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.